I'm back. Hey guys, Happy New Year, and I've been waiting a long time to say this, but welcome to another episode of Flavor in Fiction. I have not done a segment of this in years, literally, since the pandemic. I have not done an episode, and I got sick very early on, March 5th of 2020 to be exact, and thank God I'm well. I'm okay. Everyone in my family's okay. We have all been through a lot these past couple of years, and I just needed to take a break and focus on other things. Thankfully, I'm still working from home. I don't know how long it'll last, but thank God to have it right now. I hope that you all have been well and thriving despite the pandemic, and I am ready to get into this episode. So I had intended to return to this months ago. I finished reading the book I'm about to review, and I did the cooking segment for it months ago, but I just couldn't get up enough energy to, number one, look like a human again, and number two, to film this segment. So I'm back, and this one will be short and sweet because I was not prepared for this at all. I'm in North Carolina visiting family. I don't have my ring light for the good lighting. I don't have my phone stand. I have this little MacGyver thing happening, and you know, it's New Year's Eve right now when I'm filming this. I'm going to post it New Year's Day, but I'm ready to go spend time with my family. But I did want to tell you about this book because I really did love it, and I want to show you the recipe because I really love that too. So let's get into it. And I'm sorry if you see the camera shaking a little bit. As I said, I have this kind of propped up and MacGyvered, so it may be a little maybe a little janky. Sorry about that. So most, if not all of us, know Terry McMillan, most famously for Waiting to Exhale and How Stella Got Her Groove Back. If you haven't read the books, I'm sure you see the movies. Read the book. So this book, I Almost Forgot About You, focuses on a 50-something-year-old woman named Georgia, and she is stuck in a rut. She hates her job. She's an optometrist. It was a safe job. It sounded respectable enough, but it's not giving anything to her. She's not getting anything out of it. There's no excitement. Every day is like the last. I know how that feels. And she's just looking for something to jumpstart her life. So she makes a huge decision to sell her house and take a train trip across the country just to travel. But before she can put this, plan into action, everyone she tells about it, they're like, what? Like, I can't believe you're doing that. But she is settled on doing this. She even hires someone to redecorate her house to try to sell it. But in the midst of making her plans, people in her life keep inadvertently disrupting her plans. So she has 2 daughters. She's twice divorced. So she has a daughter with each husband. They each have drama going on of their own, and they need their mother. One of her friends, her best friend, becomes ill, and she needs her. And her mother becomes engaged. I think her mom's was her mom 80 something, maybe somewhere in there, becomes engaged. So she just has a lot going on that keeps putting off this trip. So while she's waiting to be able to carry out these plans, she starts thinking about the life that she's living and how she got to where she is. And she is thinking about how the people that you love shape you in this world. And so she decides to make a list of all the men that she's loved, including her ex-husbands, and to track them down and to meet up with them to talk about, not just to find out why they loved her, but to find out how loving them has shaped her. So it's a really interesting concept and an interesting quest. And she really learns a lot about herself in this process. And even though I really don't have anything much in common with Georgia, somehow she feels very relatable And I think that's just the gift of Terry McMillan. She has a way of writing that's very in your face, but she knows how to mirror you. And it's a talent and a skill, and she has it. If you're someone who enjoys audiobooks, I do recommend this one in audiobook because it is read in her voice, and I love it when the actual author reads it in their own voice. So when it comes to the flavor part of this segment, one thing that she mentioned a lot of food in the book, like she really cooked up a storm. And one of them was she made, was it cod? I can't remember when because I told you I made this recipe like months ago. She made cod with fingerling potatoes and I think Brussels sprouts. And I decided to make cod with fingerling potatoes and spinach. So yeah, take a look at the recipe. And this is how bad it is. I don't even show myself cooking it. Like I don't show me on camera because at the time I just looked like a crazy person and I didn't feel like getting dressed. But believe me, it was delicious. So I'm sorry that I could show you, I normally show myself tasting it, but it was too much going on. We in a pandemic. That's my excuse for everything. I can't. We're in a pandemic. But I hope to be picking this up more regularly in the new year. I hope everyone is healthy and happy. 2022. I hope to do at least a video a month, maybe more. We'll see. I'm definitely going to read more than one book a month. Like I'm getting back into it. But just bear with me. And these will be more, cohesive and with some lighting and, but I just couldn't go through all that. So I'm going to go pour my glass to toast in the new year. And God bless everyone and see you next time. Thanks for joining me for this episode of Flavor and Fiction.